Welcome to JEHU'S Revenge. My name is Lisa. If you saw a few of my past videos already on this channel, you'll know that this channel is all about recovering and overcoming from narcissistic abuse and how to move on from it. And this video will actually be about the pitfalls of picking up the pieces after you've already been subject to one of these types of transactional relationships, and understanding your part in your own healing process, and understanding that people are who they are, and the only thing that can change them is them. Pretty much is what this video is going to be about. Not to mention, once you've had one of these types of relationships, you'll be prone, for some god-awful reason, to deal with other ones that come in and try to invade your space and invade your boundaries. You'll have this happen. Lots and lots. Now, not everybody that you come in contact with is technically an abuser or a narcissist, so you have to use that discrepancy when you start seeing certain behavior patterns and certain signs, that you don't get tripped up and automatically think, oh shit, I'm dealing with another one of those. Because anybody who's gone through this knows the pain and the suffering that you feel when you go no contact and you've been doing the work and digging yourself out and healing yourself. For some reason, you're more subject to pull these types of personality disordered people towards you. I don't say this to scare anybody. I say this to warn you. Okay? This isn't a fear tactic, anybody. It's just the truth. So many people who I've known, even other coaches, people, smart people who have been teaching about narcissistic abuse, have, after they've already learned this, they've gone through the test, they've gone through the cycles, and they've broken free, and they're no longer with that abuser. Sometimes they'll even come on and say, I've been duped again. Don't get fooled again. What makes it hard, especially if you're an empathic person, is realizing that there was a reason that you pulled in a personality disordered person to begin with, and a lot of it has to do with childhood trauma and really crappy boundaries, if I can just put it that way. It has to do with that. You're bound with this teaching that I want to do. This is what I want you to do as soon as you're done listening to this. You need to have lines in the sand that don't, you will, it's a done deal if those boundaries get crossed. They're called boundaries. Many of us have very porous boundaries. That's part of the reason they were able to manipulate, is because you didn't stick to your boundaries. Just like they were moving the goalpost, you were allowing them to move the goalpost. Now, real good manipulators, they'll think that, they'll twist your mind to make you think that, or gaslight, and make you think that that was the boundary the whole damn time, when in all honesty, they knew what your boundaries were and they just wanted to cross them to see how much they could get away with. A lot of people will do that. They'll test your boundaries. Even empaths sometimes will test, and it's a good thing to test, not someone's boundaries, but kind of throw a boundary out there and watch and see if they test it. That's a real good indicator. However, you need to know what your boundaries are. What will you put up with, and what are deal breakers? Anything that's a deal breaker at this point, any line that should not be crossed, you allow it, you need to take responsibility for that. That is one of the biggest things that many empaths don't want to do, is take responsibility for the fact that they allowed it. That, oh my gosh, this person came in and absolutely they manipulated, they broke your boundaries, but who allowed it? We did. Instead of putting the clinkers and saying no more, you allowed it. And it cycled right back around. Nothing changed. Actually, I bet you it got worse, didn't it? And the stints became shorter in time. And then the goalpost moves. And you're like, and then they think that since you allowed him to get away with that, well, now you're going to let him get away with this, and this, and this. And before you know it, you have no boundaries anymore. So, fortify your boundaries. Observe people and watch how they move. See if their actions line up with their words. See how they relate with other people before you just go jumping into something. Hey, I myself am guilty of this. This isn't anything that I haven't done. I'm just coming out of another relationship. I don't know if I didn't stick around long enough to figure out whether or not what kind of narc this person is, or if they're even a narcissist. I know he's he's alcoholic. Lied to me at the beginning to get in with my good, I'm pretty sure this person's predatory. Absolutely. I'm not saying, I just know. I sat there and observed. They're bullies. I sat there and they like chaos. They thrive on drama. And they'll sit there and say, I don't like drama, but then they thrive on it. They bully people online. Like, I saw this with this last person that I just dealt with and had to say, I'm not putting up with this. You try and give them advice, they'll sit there and reason it out and twist it and say, well, but if I can just change one person's mind by being a bully and being unkind, it doesn't work that way. You have to watch how they treat other people. You have to watch how they treat anybody who's of no use to them. Because most of the time, if you let someone take advantage of you, they will. And that's where your boundaries have to be fortified. You have to have strong boundaries when it comes to any kind of relationships with your kids, with your family, with your friends, and with relationships. I can tell you one thing. One of my biggest deal breakers was, I really don't want to date anybody who is extremely into alcohol or does, and that was a boundary that I got crossed. It was a lie. I got lied to and duped. And then when I saw the situation for what it really was, had a confirmation about that situation from one of this person's friends about how they really are. And she didn't put it in the cyclical pattern she confirmed what I already suspected. It was almost like the universe used her to say, look, this is how this person is. Your intuition has been spot on the whole entire time. This person lied and tried to manipulate. Thank goodness the situation didn't last all that long, and I'm recuperating. Absolutely. Any breakup is hard. Do I take ownership over my part? Yeah. I allowed it. On me. However, I'm not going to be used for what I have. That's usually what manipulators will do. They only want you for your resources, your energy, your time, and what you can do for them. It's not about what they can do for you. They do as little as possible while you're putting in the maximum amount of energy, time, care. Hey. When you're on two different paths and you're an empath, super empath, yo, you shine bright. You're gonna bring these people, look, I've said it. My light brings all the narcs to the yard. It's sort of like that Milkshake song. I've used that. And it seems they come to me to get exposed for what they really are. Whether, like I said, whether or not this particular person, I'm pretty sure is a covert narc. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's that. Just hides it in public because he goes out, and then he can really let his narc shit shine through when he can let the mask drop when he's drunk, and he feels free to be a douchebag when really you're seeing it the whole entire time anyway. It's just then they don't care. They're discrepant. They can use it as an excuse if that's why they're a douche. Not an excuse. Alcohol is a very good mask. It's part of the reason why I was like, I'm not dealing with addicts no more. Nope. They manipulate all too well. And what got me lured into this situation was the fact that, and crossed the boundary, was I'm good with having alone time. I'm good with having hobbies. And this particular person liked to go shoot pool and is very good. Fine. You go shoot pool, I do my thing. However, this person didn't just go there to shoot pool. He went there and got inebriated and would spend 12, 13 hours in the bar. And then go do stuff and have after parties with people and think it was just okay. No. That's crossing a boundary. Especially when it's with the opposite sex. So what are you going to do? Got to fortify those boundaries. And I guarantee the universe will reward you for it. I guarantee it. When you start living out who you truly are and embracing who you truly are as a person and not letting people walk all over you. I'm not saying be malicious. We have enough malicious people in the world. We have to get to the point to where we accept what is with gratitude and say, I'm glad I know now and I'm not going to spend one more day in this, and move forward and leave them in the dust to their own demise. And it'll be their demise. Trust me. Especially if they're coming after a good-natured, good-hearted person that's been working on themselves if you've gone through this multiple times, such as myself, oh my gosh, their karma, you don't even want to see it. So you're better off to no contact it and just be done. And that's the hardest part, is the no contact. And allowing the indifference to set in and just move on with your life. Because it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. So that's pretty much my video today. Fortify your boundaries. Like I said, this just recently happened to me. And I did the discarding, and I broke up with this person like 2 or 3 times. Why I kept taking them back, I don't know. Probably covert narc. There was an energetic tie that has worked out. And the best way to work out those energetic ties is to no contact. It's painful on both parties, but if they don't see the error of their ways, they're not changing. Don't let them come back and The only way someone changes is if they want to. You can't force it on somebody to change. This is why the recidivism rate is so high when people get in trouble. They don't want to change. They like their addictions, or they like breaking the law, or they like hurting and being malicious. That's just who they are. And we have to accept that there's evil people in this world that want to pull you down. And that's just the way it is. You don't be one of them. I love you guys. You guys take care. I hope that this has helped. And if you've gone through this or recently gone through this, comment down below. Hit the subscribe button. And I shall see you in the next video. Love you. Bye-bye.